Bish bash bosh, keep it tosh. Welcome to another episode of Bowling for Carp. You join me en route at the start of volume 10. Join me on the bank holiday weekend, Saturday, and the bowl is fishing surprisingly very well. 16 fish out last week. That's not including the 5 that my good friend Wayne had last night. So I thought I'll just get down here, have a 24-hour session, video it, and let's see if we can winkle some out. The fish have been hanging around the left hand side of the island where I was picking them up from the last time I went out on volume 9, but they're also going round towards the back of the island as well, around that area, so I can peg up on the man bank, or I'm told the guy in the island swim is pushing off today. I'm in no rush to get my rods out because I expect the sailing club to be sailing today, so as long as I can get a swim and get the rods set up ready for later on and get a bit of bait out, I'm quite happy to just leave my rods out and just relax for the day. Yep, so I'll join you in session when I'm on Bankside, so I'll speak to you shortly. Well, bank holiday weekend, you would expect some of the better swims on the lake to be occupied. However, just my luck, come on to the car park, I'm greeted by the swim in front of me, which is one of the most prolific swims at the moment, which is producing. Empty. I've just been told the guy has literally just left, and I've been lucky enough to pull up at the right time, and I'm fishing out of the island swim. That's why I'm sitting in this car relaxing, because my rods are literally just there. I will spin this camera around and quickly show you where I'm fishing. I've got 3 rods tight on a baited area. Now last week I did come down and put a few rods out and put a bit of bait out to where I had the fish from volume 9. All them fish come from a particular area of the lake, which is just towards the centre of the island, mid-water, and that particular spot where I'm wrapped up to has seen quite a bit of bait. Like I said, there was quite a bit of bait on volume 9. Last Sunday, I put quite a bit of bait out, and I was lucky enough to drop in today, and I've put a bit more bait out on the spot again. So hopefully them fish have had some time to feed on there again, and they may still be in the area. I am feeling confident. I have seen fish. They're a little bit more out towards the island, so hopefully a little bit later they may push into the open water, as that's what I'm going to predict that they will do. But at the moment they're just keeping out the way, just round by the back of the island and just really close into it. I could cast there, however, but there is that chance of the fish always getting snagged up. There's quite a lot of debris around that island, and it won't take a lot for the fish to get in there if you're fishing up quite tight to it. So give them a bit of rest, fish the spots where I fished last week, and wait for them fish to push into the area. So yeah, I've got an idle afternoon, just sitting in the car. I'm no rush to get my bivvy up because there's no need. I will put it up a bit later tonight as I go into the session, but at the moment I'm enjoying listening to the tunes in the car. I've got my receiver, the rods are out, and it's over to the carp. So I'm going to enjoy the sun, and I will speak to you a little bit later. For now, see you shortly. No, I was going to do this shit. I was going to do it at the end of this shit. Right, well I've started with a flyer. Literally been here half an hour and it's just rattled off with the first fish. I'm going to put it down as probably about a 16 pounds, if that. But there you go. Maybe in for quite a few yet. We will see. Let's get it back, get these rods out and continue our fishing result. Okay. Any focus?
Yeah, that's fine. Ready?
Yeah.
No. Come on, bend.
Right, that's fish number 2. You may see a little bit of the footage. That's because my mate Andy pressed the wrong button. But nevertheless, we're going to carry on, and I'm sure we'll have a few more fish to show you. But that was a lovely clean mirror, and very welcome indeed. We are scorching now, so I am very lucky to get a fish during this midday period. So I'll get some more bait out, get the rods out on the spot, and let's continue fishing. Result. Right, well you join me at 7:30, I'm just enjoying an evening brew, and as you can see by my face and my arms, I look like a burnt ginger kid. However, I'm not ginger, I am just burnt and looking like a beetroot. Even though I've put sun cream on today, it's actually burnt through it, and because I've been active up and down the banks watching these carp just bask around, putting mixers to them, putting zigs to them, they have not wanted to play ball at all. So I'm waiting for the sun just to go down, waiting for them just to go down to the bottom and hopefully start feeding. Even though I've had 2 today, I think the weather was well and truly cost me fish, and if it was better conditions I would have bagged up, to be fair. But I'm hoping for it to come good this evening when it gets a little bit more colder and the pressure drops a little bit. Got my bed out, I'm going to sleep under the stars tonight, just be one with nature and watch them stars pass over by till the morning. I expect to be a little bit busy tonight. I've been prepared for it. Got all my spod rod clipped up, all my rods elasticated up with the elastic, so I can just get straight back out onto the spots once I've had a fish. I've just changed my setup from a leg clip system to a helicopter system, so I ain't got to keep dropping the leads. I've lost three leads from 3 takes today. As I said, I lost one earlier, so that dropped the lead as well. So I thought, rather than me keep dropping the lead where I don't need to, I'll just change to an helicopter system, and I'll save me keep having to put fresh leads on every time I pick up a fish. So I'm going to turn the camera off, probably pick the camera up just before it goes dark and just log off for the evening. But I'm hoping to have a fish before then and be able to give you an update before then. So for now, speak to you shortly.
You've got a second hand in it. You might have. Oh, it's going up there, yeah. Drop the action in there. And with that, it's 2. It's all over.
It's 2 now. Just lost another fish. 2 fish to 2 up pulls now. I've just changed my rig over with a different hook. Come off the Gamakatsu, went on back onto the Gardner. 2 up pulls. And the hook was blunt, so I've put a Gamakatsu hook back out on a little Ronnie rig. So I don't know why I change sometimes. You know, why would you stop using something when you're successful using it? When using that, I've been smashing them out with them hooks, and never had a problem until I've once again picked up the Gardner Muggers. Hooks I'm using at the moment seem to stay sharp no matter what you do to them. You can just keep having fish on them and just seem to get sharper and sharper, to be fair. So I've put that back out onto that rod that's been doing all the fish. All the fish have been out on the right hand rod, which has been out central on the island. The other 2 rods, for some reason, have kept quiet. Not even had a bleep out of them, to be fair. Right, see you later. Well, this is one of the fish that went in, coming in at 25.5. Stunning fish. Well done. Fish number 3. Let's get it back. Yeah, that was one of these, is it?
He's fucking look, he's only just realised he's been caught.
He waited all day for this fish.
It's fucking 3 days.
He's going to wipe me out big time. Remember, Andy, this is for pride. Everything's riding on this fish hand.
This is to satisfy
Your wife doubted you earlier.
all the doubters.
All the doubters out there that said you down for catch fish.
It's come from the other rod.
He's actually gone through the rock.
Yeah, he's gone from the one you can see that.
He's here. Look, he's here.
He's gone from the road, look.
Going for it.
Don't knock it off now, and
He's come out and
this is it.
Don't look. Don't you lose him.
The blank is over.
drag in.
Go on, go on. Yay! Wow, fantastic.
At last.
Here's Andy with a fish that's very much welcomed. It's been a while for him. January 2017. But yeah, absolutely, it's great fish and great result. Let's get her back. Well done, Anne.
Cheers. Oh, you should be knackered now.
Fish number 2 for Andy. 1:30 in the morning. Well done, mate.
Cheers. Bit of a wake-up call and a long haul, but he eventually
Oyster. Right, fish number 3 for Andy. Nice productive night. And the sun's just coming up now, so hopefully bite time more. Couple more, yeah. Right, let's get it back hand. Oh, pick it back up again. Stick it back down. Okay. Right, well, I've just had an absolute meltdown on my right hand rod, which I moved over a little bit to the right this morning, and it's resulted in this really stocky got a few leeches on it, this one. It's a big fat pig, that one, and can only going to get bigger as the time goes by in this lake. Right, I'm eager to get these rods back out because we may be on for a big hit today. And it starts to warm up. I do believe the fish are starting to pull back round onto this island, swim in front of me as it warms up. I've been down to the right most of last night, and he's been picking them up. I had a couple last night, but a nice way to start the morning. And as I said, maybe a few more on the cards yet. Let's slip her back, get the rod out, keep on fishing. Well, good morning. You joined me at 6 o'clock, and as you can see, we've got thick fog that wasn't predicted by the weather, by the way, and that's why I slept under the stars last night, and my bed chair is absolutely soaked. So as soon as the sun breaks through and burns this fog away, the better. Start to get this bed chair dry again. Quietish night. I was expecting that these alarms would be screaming off like they did a couple of weeks ago. However, it wasn't meant to be. I did pick up 2 fish last night quite early on as it went into the dark, and I do believe then the fish pulled down to my right. Andy had 4, I think, during the night, and the guys, as you go up, they eat into fish as well, and it was quite quiet out in front of this swim. I do believe as the sun breaks through, starts to get a little bit more warmer, they'll push back down in front of this island, swimming down to my left hand side. That's my theory anyway, and going by seeing them fish down here yesterday and then pushing back up there during the night, I'm just thinking that they're using this channel which goes up and down as a patrol route between the warmer, little bit shallower water to a little bit more deeper water, which is down to the right hand side. So let's hope as the day goes on they'll push back in and I'll start getting fish again. As I said, I had a couple in the night. I did take a video of one of them. The other one I just slipped back, but just wasn't really worth getting out. Give it a bit of mouth care on its mouth and slipped it back to its home. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of the morning. I'm going to be drinking plenty of brews, keep the fluids getting into me, and we are expected to have high temperatures today, which is not going to be the best for fishing, but like I say, you've got to be on them before you can catch them, and if them fish are out there, there's got a chance that they're going to drop down for some bait throughout the day and we'll pick them up. Right, let's continue the morning, kick back, relax, see you later.
I went out for each other, guys, you have to come under him. Say, he's right out, John's over by the boy.
You're right.
Right, well, this is the smallest fish of the double take, and I've got something special in the other net, but I just thought I'd show you this one first, which is a nice clean common. Not going to weigh her, probably give it about 14 to 15 pounds, but a nice clean fish. Right, I'm going to get this one back in, send it on its way, and show you something a little bit more special. Right, well, here she is. one of the originals, coming at 26.6, do we say? Absolutely made up with this one to get an original after going through the stockies, but she turned up, and check that out, absolutely made up. Awesome. Let's get her back. Just going to put some head on that. Right, well, you joined me back at 10:30. It's probably been about 45 minutes since I put that original mirror back and that common. Absolutely buzzing. I'm having a celebratory brew just to whet the appetite of catching that original, because that is what I'm really here for, really. Okay, it is nice just to catch some of the stockies, but really I am here just to catch some of them absolutely stunning originals that are in there, and I've done that. You know, I've gone through the stockies to get that original, and I have got my rewards. Just to note, I did make a change this morning before I picked the camera up, and every run yesterday come to the right hand rod, which is more to the right hand side of the island. So what I decided to do to try and intercept them fish that are coming back up and drifting into the area, right, because I didn't have any tags on the middle and left rod, right, I was just dubious whether there was actually pushing right through to the other side of the island or coming short and then moving back down to the right hand side into the deeper type of area of water. So this morning what I did, I kept the right hand rod where it was, and the other two rods I put down to the right hand side of that rod, so I'm really intercepting the fish as they're coming through a little bit more deep to the right hand side. That effort doing that this morning, I truly believe has caught me them two fish this morning, and I always believe in that effort equals reward. I decided to do that this morning, and would I have captured them fish without doing that this morning? I believe I wouldn't have done, because it was them two rods that went as a double take. So I am absolutely buzzing, and hopefully I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. Whether I'm going to do tonight is another thing, because I've got plenty of tea, I've got plenty of bait. However, I've not got much food, so I'm going to be phoning up the good wife and asking her to see if he can bring me a few munchies down to keep me going for the rest of the 24 hours. If not, then I'm going to head off home, and I will be pleased with whatever I capture. But I'm going to be here for the day, and there's still time for another bite yet. I was catching them yesterday while the sun was bright, so there might be a chance of picking a few up today as well. So I'm going to enjoy myself, and I will speak to you a little bit later and let you know what's going on. Good afternoon. You join me at 4 o'clock, and I'm just sat in the car, just relaxing, waiting for these Sailing Boat Club to finish their final race of the day. It's due to finish round about 4:30, so I've got another half an hour yet before I can get these rods out. all my prep's been done. I've got all my rods clipped up to the marks out where I've been picking up fish. New baits are on, and about an hour, 2 hours ago, I topped up the swim, which I've done that since 1 o'clock this afternoon. Every hour I've just put a 3 or 4 spoms into the area, and just gradually topped it up throughout the past 4 hours. So hopefully once I get these rods in, it'll be nice and prime for a bite. Weather is absolutely scorching hot. You would not believe it. I've got Factor 50 sun cream on and it's still burnt through that, and I'm still looking like an absolute lobster. It's unbelievable. There is no shade around here, so I'm having to fish through it, unfortunately, but hopefully it'll be worth it. So I'm going to get this car running, get this air conditioning rolling, and give it half an hour and get these rods out. Well, good evening. You join me at 7:30. I finally got the rods out after 2 hours. Took me about an hour and a half the first time just to get them all right, get them bang on the button. And what happens? Coot comes swimming along, goes down on my first rod, beep, takes that one out, goes down on my second rod, beep. I thought I'll leave it and see, I'll chance it. Then he goes after my third rod, and he only goes and does that one and all. And he's finally disappeared after me putting a spod nearly right on top of his head. He's just gone down to the right hand side, and just to piss him off like he pissed me off, I'm going to stick a spod on his head in a minute. So I will piss him off if he pisses me off. There he is. He's going to get it. Anyway, I put them rods back out. They actually went out better than they did the first time, and I got them a little bit more tighter this time. So I'm pleased about that, and put a lot of bait over the top. Put another 6 or 7 over the top just in case that bleeding coot had a belly full, because it was going down for quite some time. So I've just topped it up with about 6 spots over the top. There is, however, a lot of fish down to my right hand side. I think the anglers down there are going to be having it off big time tonight, because they are stacked down there in numbers. But as I said yesterday, I do believe they will push back down here, if not during the night, sometime in the morning again, like it did this morning. So I'm going to chill out. The guy's just jumped in next to me, named Sam. He does real repairs. I will leave a link in the description below. He's really good. He fixed my spod reel last week. He'd done it, he turned it round within a couple of days. Obviously it was a bit of a favour for me, but he's absolutely spot on. So I will leave the description down. He's local to the West Midlands, so if you're from that area, then maybe Sam is the man. So I'm going to chill out, I'm going to have something to eat, have a brew, and I will either see you tonight, I'll just log off, or I'll see you first thing in the morning.
See you for now.
Well, as I've got a lapse in the day when I'm waiting for one of these rods to rattle off, I get asked more often than not about the rigs and the setup that I'm using to outwit some of the carp down here on the Bowl Syndicate. It's something I try not to pick up too much because it's nothing new. It's just run-of-the-mill rigs that you get, you know, over the counter now. You can get the Ronnie rigs, you can get bottom baits. It's just simple rigs. The most important thing I try to talk about more than any other is regarding fish location, being in tune with the lake and knowing where fish are coming from, where the fish are being active, the patrol routes. That's more important than any rig, you know, especially on here where you need to find them, put a rig to them, and they're not hard to catch at all. You'll catch them with any run-of-the-mill rig. The rig that I'm using to outsmart these carp down here on the Bowl is the spinner rig. Well, it's the one I'm using on this session anyway. I have caught them on my chod rig, and I've had them on a wafter rig as well. But this one seems to keep doing the damage over and over again. Really versatile rig, and if you set it up correctly, it is deadly. Now I say when you set it up correctly because a lot of people use the bait screws on these that go directly onto the hook. Now bait screws are great for convenience, however they don't allow rotation of that hook. Now I'm getting double rotation from both the mini ring hook swivel to the swivel at the top. So if I hold that there and I hold that rig, that will still rotate underneath the pop-up. Now I'll truly make sure that and I'll truly believe that makes a difference over the bait screws. Now that goes down to a little bit of tungsten. That's the Nash heavy metal, best one, sticky as hell, and very rarely comes away once you've moulded it onto your hook link. The hook link is Korda heavy braided hook link. It is the dogs, I'm allowed to say it, bollocks, it really is. I have tried to, you know, when I'm doing the distance, I've tried to get this to tangle. I don't know whether it's because it's so heavy that it doesn't, but it really is by far my favourite supple hook link. Korda heavy metal hook link it's called, dark edition or something like that. I try not to stick to a particular group of manufacturer because each one develops something a little bit better than others, so I try to use the best I can in the whole of my rig setup. Now that goes down to an anti-tangle sleeve, right, just to give it another edge when I'm kicking it out, down to a Avid clip which always releases, and that's got a quick link on it, as you can see. Once that's put on, it's got little grooves in it, so you can fine tune it to whether you want to dump lead or whether you don't. I don't want to do it in this session because there's no weed at the moment, but when it does come up later on, I'll just nick it on. So once that fish does tap the bait, then that lead will drop. Now I'm using a 4-ounce lead, and that's just to drive home this hook only. That will drop, but I'll try not to drop it so much, but you know, once these fish are taking off and I strike into them, the weight of the fish and the weight of me pulling, that usually drops that clip. That goes down to some, I think it's Tasca leadless leader. I also find the Nash one another very good leadless leader, and that is basically nothing out of the ordinary, nothing revolutionary. It's just the run-of-the-mill Ronnie rig put in the place, and spent time getting them that presentation right by using the foam and making sure that I've got bait over the top. So that is my run through of what I'm using to capture these bowl carp. Fish number, God knows. I've actually lost count. I would have usually unhooked this in the net and put it back, but it's got such lovely colours on it. It's got to be worth a hoist up to the camera. She's a bit angry. I apologise if it does flip. Probably about £12 if that. And them colours in that sun. Better. Off she goes to fight another day. Right, good evening. You join me at 9:20. As you can see, the sun is just starting to drop away behind these trees. I've had another 2 fish since I had that mirror and showed it, yeah, which was pretty small on its own, but it did have some nice colours. Them 2 mirrors I just slipped back without any hassle. There's probably about £8 or £9, if that. I wanted to get these rods back out on the spot, so I just put a bit of Medicare on and sent them on the way and got these rods out where I want to be fishing for the evening. Put a bit of bait over the top. I'm not going to put any more out. What's out there is going to be out there for the evening, and I've got enough bait for in the morning, so I can set up sort of a few traps in the morning for fish that are pushing back down here. At the moment, Sam's just had one. I'm seeing all the fish just in this area where there was yesterday. You might be able to see one just crashed there now. But yeah, as I said, I do think we'll come back here once that sunrise comes up in the morning, and I'll be in with a chance of a few fish again. So for now, good night. I'm going to have a brew. I'm going to kick back, relax and enjoy the rest of the night. So till then, or I'll come back in the night with a absolute chunk. Good night. Right, well, I've got an absolute lovely common to show you. Probably coming in about £14, £15, but it is absolutely mint. Check her out. Come to the middle rod, absolutely one-toned off. Stuck into it, and it was still taking line. I do have a soft spot for commons, so I had to show you off on camera, didn't I? And when they come like this, and well worth picking up for the camera. Right, I'm going to get her back, see if I can get this rod back out in the dark, get it back out fishing. But I'm made up with that, you know. Okay, I've had a great session, but a common, clean common at that, is always welcome on my books. Let's get her back. Good morning. You join me at first light, and you've probably just seen a video of me bringing my rods in and putting them back out on the spots out in front of me. Yes, to be fair, that does go against the grain of what you should be doing on here. This time now is prime time bite time. However, these fish are not in front of me at the moment. I've seen about 3 or 4 shows down to the right hand side, and they're doing exactly what they did the night before. So what I've done to try and bring down a little bit more disturbance for when these fish come into the area, I've decided to get them in, put them back out, and then wait for these fish just to push into my area, and hopefully we'll get a bite out of them as well. Like I say, you shouldn't really be doing it. I wouldn't really be doing it anywhere else on the lake, but at the moment with them fish down there, and knowing what they did yesterday as well, and when they're pushed up into the island swim and around the island swim, it was the right thing to do. I'm going to pack up around about 9 o'clock. I've got a few hours left yet, and have a slow pack down and myself a brew, and wait for these fish to turn up. So I will pick the camera up a little bit later if I get a chunk, but for now I'll see you later, and I'll leave you with a view from the swim. Right, well, I've just come into Sam's swim, and he's nailed himself a 21-pound mirror. If it plays ball, which it probably won't. That's a lovely fish, that is, man. Jeez. There we go, that is. Well done, Sam, that's a cracking fish, mate. You've got to be happy with that in the morning.
Oh,
Cuddle with a slimy.
Yeah, right.
It's a big frying fish, that will be, you know. Skills. Right, hopefully a few more to come for the next couple of hours. I'm sure Sam's going to get his head down. Right, I'll catch you later, Sam.
Cheers, Joe.
Right, I've started to see fish here now. As I said, they're starting to push down. Sam's just hit into 2, and this is where the shoals are just coming through. Let's see how long it takes before one of the rods rattles off. I don't think it's going to take too long, to be fair. There's another one at the back of the pair of coops that are out there, just showed at the back of them. Right, well, I've just picked up this fish. It is absolutely stunning. At a guess, it's one of the Ed Matthews stockies from 2 years ago, and she is an absolute stunning creature, coming in at £15, but when they look like this, it really doesn't matter. check. They're out. Press it down there. Yes. Probably one of the best looking fish I've caught out of here, to be honest. Like I say, size doesn't matter when they look like that. Just fell to that Ronnie rig that I showed you yesterday in the vlog. Chuffed. Let's get it back. It's got still 2 rods rocking on the spot, and plenty of time for a few more fish. This one does not like me at all, which I can fully understand. And there she is. Right, well, you've seen that take on camera, absolute one toner, £18 mirror. Feisty thing, but very welcoming day for this morning. I'm going to get her back, and let's see if we can get a few more for the video blog before I have to leave in a couple of hours. Happy days. Right, well, it's time to bring the video blog to an end and get these sticks in and get off home. I hope you've enjoyed the blog, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed making it. Really enjoyed spending my time down here for the past 36 hours, and I've really also enjoyed filming other anglers and getting their experience on my video blogs, because as I said before, and I keep saying again, it's just not about me. I enjoy watching people catch, and I enjoy sharing their experiences. Andy yesterday coming in there, bless him, and having 4 fish out, and we had a cracking social, and it was really nice to get some of these captures on film. We've also like to thank the Gordon Carper, who helped me out with all my photos of the original that I picked up, and really appreciative to his friend as well. I think his name was Mike, who picked up and helped me land them 2 fish yesterday. Next time out, which is in a couple of days, lucky me, I'm going out to Millbrook Fisheries for a social, and we're going to have a 48 hours down there with Darren Hall, who is the Friday Night Carper. You've probably seen some of his blogs online, and Andy Hayden, who you've seen at one of my other blogs, which is the Fisheries series, and we're going to go out and I'm going to drink all their teas, and they're going to hopefully be my tea bitch for the remainder of their 48-hour sessions. They're going to absolutely kill me for saying that. But yep, I've enjoyed my time. That Zip Linear, that original, what a pair of fish. And just like to mention, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit that bell icon, and that'll give you notifications of when I upload my carpy videos. So bish bash bosh, wet nets, tight lines, see you on my next video. Let's get these rods in, and I'll see you shortly.